Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Revell P-40B Tiger Shark build. Last time we had this, let me pull my chair up here before I fall off this thing. Last time we seen this, we had it in the paint booth and we sprayed the underside with the base coat. And we'll bring it up a little closer. I'm getting used to a new setup here. Oh, you can actually see the boom a little bit. Oh well, we'll do better on the next one. This is how it turned out. You can kind of see, you can still see the kind of grid marks like I did this side, but we got the base pretty much covered. See if we can get a better shot here. Gives a nice variation in tone. And gives it kind of a weathered appearance, I think. There we go. And we kind of covered the bubbles up. You can still see it if you sit there and stare at it, but like I said, it's a military model and we're going to weather it, and I'm pretty happy with the result of it. But in this video, we're gonna tape off the bottom so that we can paint the olive drab on the top. So I'll get the Tamiya tape out, and we're gonna start taping this off, referencing the plans and the cover photo. I guess I was wrong about it. I thought maybe the light tan kind of swooped up like this toward the tail, but according to this it doesn't. Yeah, same with the plan. Huh, that's interesting. It's good to know though, otherwise I would have painted it incorrectly. But we're going to tape it off because we're going to want to try to mimic this. We're going to hit the olive drab first, and then we'll end up going with the tan over it. And I am just going to freehand the tan with the airbrush, so I'm going to do a lot of adjusting on the airbrush and make darn sure that I got it correct before I try to freehand that. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get to business and tape the underside of this off. I'm going to start in the front. And I'm just going to go ahead and start at the wing root here. Doesn't look like it goes that far. I'm going to go kind of in the middle because I'm going to end up taking my knife and well, let's see here. Can I make that little wave in it with the tape? I was thinking I would have to cut it. Kind of goes a little bit over the scoop part. No, that's going to lead us to, we'll cut it. That way we get the right. Don't want it to have a jagged edge. And that's what I was almost going for there. I need a piece long enough to fit the entire back part of the fuselage. Let's see here. Goes from that. Actually, it goes to from the back of here. Straight back to there, just above where the So we'll just kind of follow the gear doors is what it looks like. Going to this wing. What do they call those? Fillets? Wing fillet? Let's get this down there. Really good. Peel that back up and try to go like this. That'll work. Like that. I'll take my fingernail and wait a minute. No. I'm trying to tape off to paint the gray. I'm opposite of what I want to be. Glad I caught that before starting to spray. So we're going to want to do this in sections because we're going to want our landing gear door to be covered. We don't want to paint over that. I must be getting hungry. Stomach's growling. So let's do this. Let's go to the door with this piece. Put that down like that. And do this with multiple pieces of tape. The majority of it I'm going to use the blue painter's masking tape. But for the fine line, I want to use the Tamiya because I think this is kind of made to get that better line. I'm trying to overlap where I want to go, so I need to cut that a little short. Oh, that ended up almost perfect. Almost. Get that deal out of there like that. And let's do a little piece here. Like that. Might be a little bit better if I go this way. I'm going to overlap it a little bit because I'm going to do another one on the other side, and it's going to connect together. I want to try to keep it away from that part, like so. Actually, no, not big enough. Like this. That's what I wanted to go for. Let's fold that over like that. And that should protect our bottom of our rudder off. Get some more, one long enough for the rear landing gear door. We'll place it down on there like so. Burnish the tape down. So I'm going to curl that over like this. landing gear door. And when I paint the, I don't plan on flipping it over to get the bottom side with the green. Alright, let's get that other landing gear door in the back. That burnished down real good, and I missed it. That's better. Much better. Fold that in like so. Fold this one right like that, and then I think we'll just fold it over. And then we need a little piece for the fuselage on this side to make our line to this wing fillet or whatever they call that portion of the plane. It's a pretty straight line, really. Thought it was more kind of wavy. But we don't want that. We have to do a little trim in there because we don't want to overlap the part we already did. Gotta watch my landing gear too. And we don't want to scratch up our paint. That lay down and oh yeah, yeah, that's good. So burnish that down good. Nice. I think we will get a little piece of tape there for the front of the landing gear bay, just to cover that area. Like so. And again, the inside of this is going to be that lighter colored green inside where the landing gears go. All right, I think in the rest of it I can. Oh, I need to fix the front. I did not do that correctly. I want to move it down a little bit more because this does have a wave in it. Which I would like to use my hobby knife to cut that wave in there. Just a slight upturn is what it is, not really a wave. But I do want to make sure that's in it. Do the same with the other side. Go midway. That as well. Oh, got downhill there. And we'll burnish that down. Then kind of just finish that bottom part up with some of this. I wonder if the lower stick tape would stick to that. Okay. that in the trash. I don't need to be putting a bunch of little tape pieces on my work area. Yeah, I think we'll be fine with that. So we'll get this there. Like so. Get another one for the other way. Just kind of mimic that is the plan. That, and just tear the excess off there. I'm gonna put that one on the wingtip over here. I kind of got a little hesitant there. So now our wingtips are covered. Let's go ahead and get the leading edge. Get this one off my thumb. Don't want a whole lot of, let's cut it so we have a straighter line. Not too worried about the outer part, but I would like a nice little line here. Tape likes to curl. Leading edge again, and finish that down. Try not to break my landing gear. That would not be good, or my little tube there. I think we might do some Tamiya tape there in the middle. But let's get this other. Let's trim this extra piece off because that's too much. It's going to start peeling the tape off. Get the other outer wing. We didn't quite get that right. Turn it this way. My angle's not good. Maybe I need to cut a little bit of an angle piece like that. It's not lining up with the leading edge like I'd like. That's a little better. Not exactly as I want it, but there we go. Turn it. There. That's more what I was going for. Down, and again cut the, can't have that much sticking out, otherwise I think we're gonna run into trouble with it peeling up. Yeah, I think that's gonna give us a nice And then the hardest part, taping off, is going to be them gear housing bubbles. Well, it looks like the majority of it is the, maybe it won't be so hard. Let's get some tape here. Let's straighten up the edge here. Maybe get a Q-tip would probably be better to burner side down. So I'm thinking I might, if I use a hard surface, it might scratch our base coat on the bottom, which wouldn't be the end of the world because it is a military model, of course. But there we go. Let's get that. That's the only bad thing is I gotta make sure the fuzzies aren't on there. We want it flat up against that. Like that. Nice thing about these two, you easily touch it up with a brush, no big deal. If it does overspray a little bit. Same with this one. We'll give it a little snip at the end there to, because it kind of, like a Scotch tape, it perforates the, makes it all jaggedy at the end if you don't. Do something about that, it'll affect your line. Put that one down in there, like that. Do the same thing. Just kind of push it up into position. That one laid down better. I like the way that one laid down. Then I think all I'll do is we'll go to the front and mask off where our little gear housing bubbles are. And then get some more purple here to make up the difference. Then we'll take our knife and do our little upward arc there for the front of it, since the bottom looks like it doesn't require that. I'm going to take this and tape down this part. That way it's nice and tight against there. Do some trimming on this part, otherwise it'll overlap. Oh, we got our horizontal stabilizers in the back too for the tail. We need to tape down as well. one. That way we got a nice crisp line. It'll help hold it down. Oh good, I angled that just right, where that's going to work out nice. Also when the flaps are down, that's also going to be that lighter green color, the kind of interior green that you see in the warplanes. So let's get these little front pieces quick, because we're working on probably a half-hour taping video here. Oh, I need a bigger piece than that. What was I thinking? Need about twice that. It's got to wrap around the landing gear. A little bit. Oh. It's amazing how well it sticks to your thumbnail. There we go. And then we'll just do a little bit of, if I can grab it, kind of curling up on me. We'll just kind of do one of these. Stick it to that tape. That's stuck to the wing there. Just go across there. Help cover that a little bit. Press this down. Like that. I think I'm going to want to wrap that around the gear door. So we'll do that. We'll just kind of put it there. Yeah, that'll be nice. Do the other side. I'm going to go a little longer piece of tape this time. That way I can get it around both gear doors a little better. And again, we'll just kind of go along there like that, mimic the other side. We'll wrap it around the gear door, like so. Like that. I'm going to take this little piece of tape and cover this gear door, since I didn't quite go long enough that time. Alright, now let's just cover that up with some of the purple stuff. The low tack tape, they call it. Oh, I must. Thought that would cover better than it did. I really don't want it to go on the door like that. Like that. Ooh, don't break your piece off there. I'll go in the middle and just kind of contour it. Maybe. That'll help hold the Tamiya tape too. Like that. I think that's what we were aiming for. Yeah, we can do that. Just put it to a point there. And a little bit on those gear doors and do the tail. Did much better taping on one side than the other. Sometimes it sticks to my hand better than the rest of the model. That'll work like that. Okay, and then we're gonna do like so. Like I said, the underside of the gear doors are gonna be that green color, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Let's get them tail sections done and cut that edge straight. Will it completely cover? I don't think so. We're gonna have to go with like that. No, I don't want that edge to be sticking out any more than it needs to be. Otherwise it's gonna affect our other part, I think. And then we'll get a little piece for that, the back of it. Again, cutting it off straight so that it mates up the tail better. I'm going to pull this one ahead a bit. Oh, I stopped short. We can fix that. Nothing a little more tape won't fix. Like that. Alright, do this side. That'll work. That was actually done perfect length. I like it. Whoop. And then the rest of the back. Make it longer this time though. Gonna go as far just like the last time. There we go. All right, now let's get our hobby knife and let's make it a little bit, let's give it that little bit of curvature that it shows in the on the box there. And I'm going to start here where this tape starts. And it looks like you need to just go, almost follow that panel line, really. According to the instructions. Yeah, it does follow that panel line. Like that. Get our tweezers, because that's quite a small piece. And it's just a slight. I'm just going to follow the panel line on the other side too. But we better burnish that down, because I'm sure it pulled up a little bit. Wonderful. And Same thing with this. That part there, a little shaky. Again, brush it down so I can see my panel line a little better. Oh, wait a minute. Did I cover that panel line? That one's a little higher. Let me see something. Hold the phone. Make this taping video a little longer. No, they're equal. They're even. Tricks your eyes sometimes. Start here. Like that. And I'm just going to cut it where the nose goes, because that's going to be red. I am going to have to peel up a little piece here. There we go. Grab it with the tweezers. And it doesn't look like we got a good cut there. A little more pressure. Like that. Got a nice little wave to it. And the shark's teeth are going to be there too, so we probably just spent 3 minutes there on something that we're not even going to see once the decal's on. But there we go. That's the underside all taped up. Next time you see this thing, it's going to be back in the booth. And we are going to let our knife roll into it, evidently. We are going to shoot the olive drab on top. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.